Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be updating you on some more current latest news, guys. Now I'm just going to give you a bit of an update on some more transfer gossip and some more transfer rumours that are currently going on right now. So apparently this is Lorenzo Pellegrini now, the young Roma star who is age 21 years of age. I don't think that actually Manchester United have actually made an approach for this player, but he's another youngster. Jose Mourinho's obviously bolstered our youth academy up in the transfer window. You know, we spent over £300 million now in two transfer windows, which is very, very good business from Jose Mourinho. And he looks like he's got it very, very good. You know, it's tactical game plan. It looks like he's done it very, very well. But someone has come out and basically insisted that apparently Manchester United could sign Lorenzo Pellegrini from Roma. Now, Shaker, I think it's the ex-Premier League star, Shaker Hislop, has actually come out and suggested that Manchester United could be emerging as front runners to get Lorenzo Pellegrini, and saying Man United actually could sign the player. He's an ex-star, he's an ex, I think, Portsmouth player. I think he's an ex-West Ham player. I think he's an ex-Reading player as well. And he's come out and suggested that he would fit into the Manchester United team very, very well. So this is basically what's being said. I do think he is a current midfielder, is this player, but yeah, he is a current Roma player. His national team, he's currently Italian. He's an academy graduate, so he joined Roma in 2007. So he has actually been there for quite a long time. During that period, he was with Saluzzo, I think, a year or two, but he's been mostly with Roma. So he joined Roma in 2007. Did the player? He risen up the ranks very, very well. He made his first team debut for Roma in 2015, and then basically went on with Saluzzo and did perform very, very well. You know, he went with Saluzzo. Just later that year, he went with Saluzzo, and he actually made over 50 appearances for Saluzzo in the process, and did score quite a few goals. Did Lorenzo Pellegrini. So this is coming out from quite a few media outlets that Manchester United could actually sign Lorenzo Pellegrini. Reasonable thanks Roma, joined them in 2007. As I said, and made his senior debut for Roma in 2015. And later that year went to Saluzzo, did very, very well, and made over 50 appearances for Saluzzo in the process as well. So I just wanted to update you on that. Also, now, as I did update you guys earlier on about Pastore, the PSG player. Now, obviously, PSG invested a lot of money in the August window. You know, they've got Mbappe on form, they've got Neymar on form. Their target is to gain the Champions League, because they've basically never ever won that competition. The amount of money they've spent, you know, for me, they still need to offload a player or two, you know, to avoid financial fair play regulations, you know, considering the amount of money that they'd put out in the August window. But Javier Pastore has now been mentioned in the equation. Apparently, as I said earlier on, Chelsea and Liverpool have showed an interest in the player. The player that is a good attacking midfielder. I think he plays when he's strong, he's quick, he's energetic, he's good in the air, he's good at driving forward, very competitive, very tenacious. And he did say he could be open to the move in January, and he could actually be available for £26 million. Can Javier Pastore? He has been at PSG, I think, 6 years now. I think this is his actually 7th season in the process. I think he scored 2 goals so far in 4 appearances this season for Paris Saint-Germain, but is a player that Paris Saint-Germain had paid nearly £40 million for from Palmeiras. In 2011, he made 60 odd appearances for Palmeiras. Since he's been at PSG, he has nearly made 2 century appearances in Liga 1 with Paris Saint-Germain as the current player. And basically, what was I going to say? In his first season with Paris Saint-Germain, he did well. He scored 13 goals in 33 matches, did the player as well. He scored his first Champions League goal, I think, in 2012 as well. And also in 2014-15, he made over 50 appearances as well, did Javier Pastore. And also has won quite a few honours with PSG. You know, he's won Young Serie A player of the year, as well as Javier Pastore in the player. But yeah, he's quick, he's agile, he's very distinctive in his play. As I said, I think he's 28 years of age. So apparently Liverpool and Chelsea are monitoring the play, because, you know, what I was suggesting about Liverpool, because they're not converting enough chances. Liverpool still, need someone at the back, and I still think they will revive their interest in Van Dijk. As I said, Chan could still go. Coutinho could go in January. They've obviously lost Origi and Saka as part of the process of Liverpool Football Club. But they're not converting enough chances. As I said, since that victory against Arsenal, Liverpool have not performed whatsoever. The closest of coming to winning the league was back in 2014, was it? When Gerrard slipped. I think that's the closest I've ever come to winning the title. Obviously, they was in it with us that year when I think it was 2009, was it, when they beat us 4-1 at Old Trafford. They was in it that, but we still managed to pip Liverpool to the title, so they was close on that occasion. But we had the likes of Ronaldo and Tevez and that, very, very good team, in the process then. So Liverpool do need to reinvest in the window. So apparently they've got a few targets showing interest in Javi Pastore. So too Chelsea showing interest in Javi Pastore. I said Liverpool have got a very, very good attack. They just need to sort the defensive area out, and I presume they still need a number 9. The Liverpool Football Club. They've been a very, very good club. In the past. Liverpool were very, very good in the 70s. I will give them credit for that. They've won 5 Champions Leagues. I'll give them credit for that, but they have never ever won the Premier League, and I never ever want them to, because I obviously support Manchester United. But Liverpool were really, really good in the 70s, but they're not good anymore. But they need to really reinvest. And as I said, with the Chelsea situation, they won the league last season. With Conte in charge of the team. He's in the second year of his 3-year deal that he signed with Chelsea. Reports stemming from Italy that he could actually go back to Italy. Where he was with Juventus, but obviously, apparently, Chelsea. They've still got, Chelsea, Conte clearly wasn't satisfied with Chelsea's transfer market, and obviously they need to reinvest that problem to Chelsea. The main priority target is now they're probably going to show their interest in Alex Sancho, extend their interested in Pastore, like Liverpool are. Obviously Chelsea have got Morata now that's injured, who's been really, really hitting form for them as well. But what were I going to say? But as I did update you guys on that situation, with that Sancho, Chelsea had 2 bids in the process turned down from Juventus in the window. They're willing to actually pay a club record fee for the defender, because City did it in the window, but it didn't materialise because Juventus had turned down 2 bids from Chelsea in the August window. But Alex Sancho, he's been at Santos on loan, won honours. Santos, Porto, quite a few years, won honours, did very, very well. I think made nearly essentially appearances for Porto. And now, since he's been at Juventus, his 3rd season of the process, the players, he's doing very, very well. And he's good, he's strong, he's quick. I think he scored 3 goals last season. He can play anywhere on the left-hand flank. He's good, he's strong, he's quick. He's good at beating opponents one-on-one. He's distinctive in his play, he's creative. Good at holding the full-back position very, very well. And Juventus have lost quite a few key players, over the last couple of years as well in the process. So that's what you've got to basically take into consideration, guys, as well. So Chelsea may revive their interest in him as well. Chelsea spent about over 100 million, pound in the transfer window as well. And yes, just to confirm, I just watched the England game. He was 1-0. Harry Kane scored late on. Lovely build-up play, crossing, and Harry Kane finishes off. And Kane, yet again, scores again. I think he captained England tonight and didn't watch the full game, but Harry Kane again, scoring. That's all he does every game. Scores. And he's, me, the best striker now in the world over that. So it's good to see England in the World Cup. Very, very good to see. But I just can't see us progressing. England progressing anywhere in the World Cup. But back to the proper football. So that's updated on that transfer now. Obviously, as I did update you earlier on, with Liverpool Football Club, as I said, they could still see Coutinho go in January, because it's actually reporting that Barcelona are willing to put a £97 million bid in. I think this is including add-ons, because we know Barcelona, it was their main priority target, Philippe Coutinho's during the window. But he would elevate to a higher level, with Barcelona, playing amongst better players, he'd be winning silverware. Some of that he's not doing with Liverpool Football Club, because, Coutinho did basically want to make the move. He put a transfer request in. Liverpool owners and Klopp made it clear they were not willing to accept any bids whatsoever for Coutinho, and Liverpool had bids turned down of Barcelona had bids turned down from Liverpool of 72, 89 and 114 million pound in the process. So he's saying Barcelona could actually return for Coutinho, but since Liverpool bought him from Inter Milan back in 2013, this is his fifth season in the process. He's one of the most creative, agile midfielders, Coutinho, and I think he's still got 4 years left on his deal, or is it 5 years? Left on his deal of Philippe Coutinho. He scored 14 goals and 7 assists last season. I think he scored a couple this season, and overall he's made over century appearances. He's scored 36 goals and assisted 30 as a Philippe Coutinho. In the process, he's also been Espanyol as well before as Philippe Coutinho, but very, very good, creative, agile midfielder, as I said. But the Barcelona director was actually convinced they could have got a deal wrapped up for Coutinho because it was their main priority target. But Liverpool were resistant and were actually reluctant to offload the player. But we know made it clear that Coutinho did want to make the current move, guys. But he's saying they're willing to put a £97 million bid in, so they could actually see Coutinho leave in January because Coutinho does want to make the move. And as I do keep updating you, Emre Can's another player that could leave Liverpool, especially if Naby Keita, who they're confirmed arrives in January for Liverpool Football Club, or is it next summer? I've already explained that to you. Emre Can, who's obviously coming to an end of his deal, it said reportedly Juventus were interested in Emre Can from Liverpool Football Club. But apparently I don't think the Juventus CEO is convinced that they can get a deal wrapped up for him in January because Liverpool maybe not willing to sell. But he will become free when he currently comes to an end of his deal with Emre Can. But apparently he's been demanding a release clause as Emre Can to secure him a new deal. But apparently Liverpool are not willing to meet, so I think they're in process. They're still in talks of trying to secure Emre Can a new deal with Liverpool Football Club, guys. As I said, but Emre Can is a player that's made actually 92 appearances, scored 7 goals in the Premier League. Since his arrival at Liverpool, he has made over 100 senior appearances with Liverpool Football Club as Emre Can. He can play as defensive mid, he can play as centre back, he can play as a full back as well, can Emre Can. He risen up the ranks fantastically well with Bayern Munich. With Bayern Munich, he won honours with them, and he was mostly, participating in the reserve teams with Bayern Munich, where he made about 30 odd appearances, did the player. Went to Bayer Leverkusen, and then Liverpool had actually purchased him for about nearly £10 million from Leverkusen, and since, as I said, he's made over 100 senior appearances as well as Emre Can. So Liverpool could still lose him as well in the process. It's also still reporting that actually that Liverpool have they've got Leon Goretzka as their target as well. It said Man United are reportedly interested in him as well. Barcelona said it actually said the other day that they dropped the interest in Leon Goretzka, and it said Man United could have been emerging front runners to get Leon Goretzka as well, another young age prospect as well. He's a Schalke player, as I said. He's made nearly century appearances now with Schalke Football Club. He made 30 appearances and scored 5 goals last season. He's a defensive mid. I think he can play on the left wing and the right wing as well, but his ball control's good. His passing ability's very, very good as well. He's Leon Goretzka's in the process. He made his actual professional debut with Bochum in 2012, I think it was, and he made 30 odd appearances there, and then Schalke had bought him £3 or £4 million, and he signed a 5-year professional deal, and I think, he's coming to an end of his deal now, obviously. Did initially say before that Bayern Munich had agreed a deal with the player. He said Barcelona have dropped their interest. Bayern Munich initially agreed a deal with the player. He was very, very good in the Confederations Cup as well, was the player. He was joint top scorer for Germany as well. But risen up the ranks Schalke very well. Also participated in the reserve teams with Schalke as well, Leon Goretzka. But he does look a promising young age prospect as well in the current process. It says teams are eyeing out a move for him as well. So there's other teams eyeing out moves for him. And as I did say, you've still got, I said, with the Ozil situation, some people say, he wouldn't fit in the Manchester United agenda, wouldn't like to see him come. But the last couple of days, as Q keeps saying, because Ozil and Sanchez going to end their deals, that he's saying Ozil could actually make a current move to Old Trafford, and this is basically what has been reported in the process of that situation as well. This is basically what's been reported, that he's actually keen on reuniting with Jose Mourinho because they were fantastic together at Real Madrid. But obviously, we've got, number 10. He can operate on number 10. We've got Mkhitaryan that can play on number 10. We've got Matt, who I really like at United, who can play in that number 10 role as well. So would we really even need Mesut Ozil in the process? He's a very, very good player that can create chances. As I said, he can provide assists. But I think he's going to be leaving Arsenal because obviously he's not satisfied there. He's demanding a higher wage in his package. He's in the Bundesliga for 5 years as well. And Arsenal Football Club, he's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons as Mesut Ozil. He's made over century appearances now for Arsenal Football Club as Mesut Ozil. But they were fantastic at Real Madrid. He made over century appearances during his 3-year period with Real Madrid as well, did Ozil. So Mourinho and Ozil bond fantastically well together. And it did say that Arsenal, the contracts have now stalled, so they're no longer in talks of securing Ozil a new deal, and they're nowhere near close to agreeing of getting Ozil a new deal with Arsenal Football Club as well. It also said on report we was interested in Sanchez still. I disregard that Sanchez is going to come to Old Trafford. I don't believe that he's actually going to come to Old Trafford. Alexis Sanchez in the process, but I still think City, as I said, emerge as the front runners to go on and get Alexis Sanchez, as I said, in the process. But yeah, with Ozil, do you think you'd do well at Man United? I don't really know, guys, if I am going to be quite honest with you, but I don't think Arsenal are going to secure a new deal. As I said, I think Arsenal would rather cash in on Ozil and Sanchez rather than let them go free next summer. I still think Sanchez is going to go to City, even though it said AC Milan willing to plot a staggering £75 million bidding for the player that's going to end of his deal. Arsenal would profit from that, believe it or not. You've got City there, Paris Saint-Germain still, keeping an eye out. Manchester United. Because for me, Man United still basically need number 7 because we've got it vacant. From a commercial point of view, we would want to keep it vacant. We may want to treasure it more to actually give it to a winger and an actual number 7. I think our next number 7 is, I'm still convinced we are actually going to get Griezmann. But with the Sanchez, Pep Guardiola was fantastic together with Sanchez at Barcelona. He's won 3 FA Cups 4 seasons with Arsenal. He reasoned up the ranks fantastically well with underneath. There were talks he could go back to Italy, with AC Milan because they're willing to put £75 million deal in. He's made over century appearances now as Alexis Sanchez, for Arsenal Football Club in the process. As I said, 24 goals last season as well for Alexis Sanchez. And he just clarified he wanted Champions League football in the process, and I still think City are going to get him because City had a 50 million bid turned down. They initially had a 60 million bid accepted, but didn't materialise, as Arsenal said, after they couldn't find that replacement. They've got Lacazette, who's in form for them very, very well. Sanchez is still playing well for them, when he's playing for them this season. But it was very, very good with Leon as well, was Lacazette as well, but not the best striker in the Premier League. But I think the best strikers, are Lacazette, you've got Lukaku, you've got your Harry Kane as well in the process. You've got Morata as well. So very, very good strikers in the process. But for me, Kane is the current best, and Lukaku. So they're the best 2 strikers for me in the current Premier League. But I think Sanchez is going to go, as I said. I think Ozil is going to go, as I said, guys. But Arsenal have got quite a few replacements, haven't they? They've got Julian Draxler, as I said. Paris Saint-Germain, he's only been at Paris Saint-Germain since January. He made his debut for Schalke in 2011, went to make 171 appearances, scored 30 goals in the process for them, so reasonably ranks very well with them. Didn't do so good with Wolfsburg. PSG had signed him £40 million in January, and he signed a 4-year deal, so he's got a probably contract till 2021. He is still quite kind of young, he's Julian Draxler, very, very good in the Confederations Cup, as I said, 17 appearances last season, 4 goals. I think he scored a couple of goals this season as well. And Julian Draxler, has won quite a few honours. But he's strong, he's quick, and he's a very, very good player with both feet as well as Draxler. So there were quite a few teams interested in him during the summer as well. But as I was saying, with the Chelsea and Liverpool situation, yes, this is the main part, with Javier Pastore. It's saying on Sky Sports that Chelsea and Liverpool are actually monitoring an interest in Javier Pastore from Paris Saint-Germain, because obviously, as I said, Paris Saint-Germain obviously is still looking to offload current players. They're looking to offload players in the process, so they're looking to offload players in the process, and as I said, he's a player. He's an ex-Palmeiras player where he made 60 odd appearances. He's now with PSG. He's been there now 6 years. I think this is seventh season in the process. He's nearly made 2 century appearances for Paris Saint-Germain. He's nearly made 2 century appearances for Paris Saint-Germain during his time there. Paris Saint-Germain had bought him back in 2011 for £14 million, the player. He scored 2 goals this season, and he could be available in January for £26 million. So PSG may be willing to offload the player. But what were I going to say now? In his first season with Paris Saint-Germain, he scored 13 goals in 33 matches. Did the player. He scored his first goal in Champions League in 2012, and in 2014-15 he made over 50 appearances for the club as well, and he's won quite a few honours as Javier Pastore as well. So there's Chelsea and Liverpool apparently monitoring him as well. But for me, this season, I think it's going to be between United and City. The quality in their team, the attacking our team, like Lukaku, Rashford, Martial, good 2 young age prospects. And, Lukaku now 11 goals, nearly hit century goals in the Premier League. And you've got Manchester City with Gabriel Jesus, Sergio Aguero, the Fluish of Manchester City, Raheem Sterling hitting form for City as well. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be United City. I still think Chelsea are going to be in with a shout, but especially this year, I don't think they have the depth and quality this season like the likes of us and Manchester City, Chelsea. But I still think they will be in there with a shout without a shadow of a doubt. But I think Tottenham, are going to be in there with a shadow of a doubt because they've got Harry Kane, they've got young Dele Alli, who's very, very good for them. Won the PFA quite a few times. Harry Kane won the Golden Boot last couple of years. He's deserved it. His performances have been absolutely sublime. Very good for England as well, as he's proven tonight, getting the winner in the England game. What a fantastic player that Harry Kane is. Best striker for me in the Premier League. I think he's on the same, level now as Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Reason up the ranks, he actually was on the loan period with Leicester before Norwich and Norwich City, but in 3 years, Tottenham have been consistent, and in 3 years, Kane has done absolutely fantastically well. He's a very, very good aerial threat. He's good in the air, he's strong, he's quick at leading the lines, as I said. Just a very, very good player, and it's hard to compare Lukaku and Kane. I think Lukaku's got a couple of attributes that are better than Kane, but I think overall Kane is still better. I'm going to be honest, he's better than Romelu Lukaku in the process. But what I was saying is, he's hit over century goals now, all in all. Won the Golden Boot last couple of years, scored a hat-trick in Champions League, scored 2 against Dortmund, scored 2 against Huddersfield, did Harry Kane. Scored 2 tonight. Scored the winner tonight in the England game as well. It's just Tottenham doing very, very well away from home this season. Pochettino's a very, very good manager. It's just that they need to get the Wembley form back. They haven't won a game yet at Wembley this season, but surely it will come. So I think Tottenham are going to be in there for sure. I think they may get the top 4. You don't know, but obviously they've got Real Madrid next in the Champions League, so that's going to be a pretty tough test for Tottenham. But they have won their first 2 group stages, 2 group stage games in the Champions League as well in the process. But as I was saying, about Javier Pastore, it's basically saying Chelsea and Liverpool are interested in the current player as well in the process. So I just basically wanted to update you on that. So anyway, guys, tell me what you think of the situation. But as I said, going back to the beginning of the video, Lorenzo, Pellegrini, Sheikh Hislop has come out now. It's in a few media outlets that apparently Manchester United could sign the player. As I said, he's 21. He's a young age prospect. As I said, he's a player that risen up the ranks. As I said, he's a player that's he's national teams Italy. He joined Rome in 2007. Been there quite a long time. He's an academy graduate. Made his senior debut for them in 2015, and then actually later that year, as I said, went to Saluzzo, made over 50 appearances, and he has just recently, he rejoined Roma back in July 2017 as well. Did the player. So Yeah, and we've got obviously international now. Manchester United's next game is going to be Liverpool. That's going to be actually a real tough test, even though Liverpool are not playing very, very well. But I think the pace of Rashford and Martial, as I said, and the form that Lukaku's in can cause all sorts of problems for Liverpool's back line because they have problems in the defensive area as well. But we'll be doing the build up to that game nearer when it comes, as I said, guys. So anyway, guys. And as I also said, Man United, I think, are closest of signing Fellaini a new deal as well, which is very, very good. I think he's made a massive impact this season. We've got Ashley Young at left back that's making a massive, massive impact this season at that left back position as well. Luke Shaw, for me, still only young. Give him another season. Since he's come back, he hasn't had much of an opportunity to play his part. He did for the Burton game, but I still presume that Mourinho will still give him currently another chance as well in the process. So basically, the majority of the team are performing very, very well this season. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on my channel. Subscribe as always if you do consider, or even drop a like if you want. And take it easy, guys. And I'll see you all later on. Take care. Bye.